Hi everybody, my name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording Modular, and today we're looking at some modules from Jasmine and olive trees. It's these ones, traffic, water, and the alternate firmware, which is called hotel. We'll get to hotel in a bit. These were sent over by the maker of the modules to talk about them on a video with you, and that's what we're going to do. They are neat ways of getting CV into your various devices in here. And we're going to be focusing mostly on these macro oscillators from Noise Engineering. I just got the Aliyah series, one of the Aliyah series, which is their new platform. They have, the ones where you can switch out the firmware. Well, this is a new one, and it brings back some of their classic oscillators like the Cursus, Manus, and some new ones as well. So we'll be switching back and forth between those to do this. Let's start off with water. Water's pretty easy to understand. I have the Deluge over here. There we go. Deluge is going to be doing both our drums and our MIDI and going into these MIDI CV converters right here. So let's record some audio. I want this sequence to be really, really simple so that you can understand what is happening with the CV. So what's going on with water? Well, water has a clock in, so let's clock it. Let's just grab a 16th note clock from right here. Actually, no, we'll go slower. How about just a quarter note clock? That'll make things a bit simpler to understand real quick. Okay. Now, we take an output. I'm going to take the A output here and put it into 2 so you can see what's going on. Okay. So, if I start turning these up, you're going to start seeing voltage here. And what it's doing is it's starting here at A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then heading back. It works in steps of 8. So there's 3 different outputs here. Each one starts on its appropriate line. So A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I increase this here to like maybe 2, you'll see it go through. So let's make this really obvious. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So now we should see that. We also have a reset. So if you wanted to send a reset in, you could. Let's do that. This reset signal will reset every 8 bars, I believe. Okay, cool. So why don't we get some CV out of here and put it into our friend, the Cursus. Before I put CV into anything, I like to turn knobs to see what's going to be the most impactful. So center is certainly impactful. Let's take A out, which is this one right here, and put it into center. So remember we had those set at up and down completely, but we can make it more nuanced if we want. So let's go ahead and do that. We can change this to anything we want. Here's 16th notes. Or we could do some kind of Euclidean thing. Whatever you want. If you have a trigger sequencer that you like, you can also just program in your own rhythm to that, which we actually have over here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go ahead and get 2 more, the 2 other outputs. Let's find where we want to go there. Ooh, structure is cool. Let's go B into structure. We also have unipolar voltage options versus bidirectional or bipolar voltage. I don't know why I said bidirectional. I'm staring at it, it just says bi. I'm like, it's bisexual voltage. Unipolar voltage, meaning it only goes positive from 0 and then negative and positive voltage. So you could put this sort of like, I don't know, right wherever you want it, like that. God, that just sounds so great with modulation. Let's pick another one. Whoa. Tilt sounds crazy. I wonder what happens if we put that in here. Come here, tilt. That is truly cool. You'll notice we have a little trigger here. This is when it reaches the end of its cycle, I believe. And we also have this random trigger in here. So when we put a random trigger in here, it's going to do one of 3 things. And those are step mode, this top one here. It swaps a single step value with another value in the sequence. Phase mode, sequences remain unchanged, but the starting points of the outputs are randomized. And then all mode, all single trigger input randomizes all sequence values for all outputs, extending up to 16 steps. So let's try some. I'm gonna go make this really, really easy again to understand. Now you can hear that modulation happening. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab another trigger out here. This will be 2. So we're in step mode right now. You can hear it picking from a different thing, right? Let's go ahead and record some triggers. This oscillator is just so wild. Okay, cool. Let's try a phase. Cool. And then all should just be kind of chaotic. Oh god, that's so cool. The thing about these noise engineering oscillators and something like this, water, is that we're only playing 2 notes over here. The real rhythm, the real groove comes from the modulation. And as you can hear, it's just like hugely impactful. That's so cool. So cool. I keep saying that, but it really is. So that's water. It is a stepped voltage. So cool. A stepped voltage generator where there are 3 paths that the voltage can take. Starting with A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it travels through those every single time it gets a clock signal or a trigger in. And you can reset it. And you can set it a random trigger that will choose some step in here based on that randomization setting there. So pretty simple, pretty chill, but also very, very cool. All right, go on over to traffic. We're going to use plates real quick for traffic because that's going to make it a bit more clear. But then we're going to switch over to probably another noise engineering oscillator of some kind. So traffic's a little hard to wrap your head around at first, but it's really powerful. Basically what it is it's 3 banks, 1, 2, 3. Every single time a trigger is sent into one of these 3 top triggers, I think what happens is they add to each other. Let's find out. So CVA, let's go to a percussion model. This is what everybody shows off with this thing, but I just thought it would be a good way to understand it at first. So we're going to go to our kick model here. So if I was to take this CV out right here and move this, there we go. You can see that it moved it up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to send a trig into the second one here. I'm going to do that on the snare. So I would need a trig. Let's see. I'm not sure why that second one isn't working there. There we go. Now we have 3 different things there. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Wasn't that worth all that trouble? Let's go ahead and put this into here. So the channel B now is still going to follow the same rhetoric that this top one did. But we can, let's see, put it into harmonics. There we go. Cool. We can have it do different things to our signal, which is really neat. And let's see. That's so weird. I love it. All right, so sorry for the bit of confusion there at the beginning. It seems that overlapping triggers are going to cause some strange behavior. So we're using this here to create 3 specific groups of voltage that are triggered with 3 sets of triggers, and they are now going into this macro oscillator and creating oh, that's cool. So creating this this cool pattern. Let's find out what those 3 modes do. So in bass mode, this is the fundamental and core functionality of traffic. With this mode, you can obtain and control more than one sound from a macro oscillator voice. The routing between knobs, inputs, and outputs is depicted on the front panel. When multiple gates are active simultaneously, the trigger inputs follow a priority system to determine their behavior. So that's what we were dealing with before. You can see on screen now what that priority is. I'm not going to explain it. Every time I move to this mode, the double question mark, basically 3 new sounds are created. The knob selections are scrambled. So that's pretty cool. In groove mode, the original sounds from the bass mode are retained for trig 1 and trig 2. However, trig 3 operates uniquely as it will output a different sound for each trigger in a continuous loop of 16 sounds. So now the voltage coming out, by the way, there's no sounds coming out of here. All the sounds are coming from plates. But what it's doing is choosing different voltages in a sort of groovy loop for that 3rd trigger and getting different stuff out of this. So that's so cool. By the way, this trig sum here, this is what we're using to trigger this. So this is a unique output that is related to the way these trigs sum together. I was asked specifically not to use plates in this because everybody does that, but I just had to show it off because it's really, really obvious what's happening. Let's switch over to cursus and see how that sounds. So just really, really cool groove. Again, we're back at that place. Back at that place where it's all about groove through timbre changes. I think it'd be really, really fun with zaps from Winter Modular. Yeah. that is a introduction to traffic and water. I'm going to switch out to the hotel firmware for one of these, and also I'm going to switch up the oscillator and yeah, just see what hotel's about. So stick with me. We'll be right back. Here is water and traffic both working on our good friend, the BIA. Traffic is sending out trigs to the BIA and to clock water as well. So let's have a play with this and see how it goes. I almost want a version of this that's just like huge knobs, like huge rotary knobs, so you can just like play it on the fly. That'd be hot as hell. Let's switch out the oscillator and try something different. All right, now we've swapped out for the Ataraxic Iteritas audio. This is one I have not tried. Just setting this up, it is definitely digital and nasty in a really fun way. So let's give it a go. I am using traffic, one channel out of traffic, all three channels out of water. Water is being clocked by the same gate signal that is gating our envelope. So when our envelope triggers, water goes. And we may mess with that in a bit. And then traffic is getting, again, those three gate patterns to make it do stuff. So let's see what happens. So this is no modulation right now. Turn up traffic. That's cool as hell. All right, let's start turning up water. Jesus Christ. That's nasty. We're going into time mod, shape, and wave. But we still have these three other ones here. So let's see what happens when we mess with those. Nasty. Nasty. Cool as hell. So with that, I'm probably going to put a different oscillator on here, and then we'll put Hotel on here and finish up the video with a little walkthrough of Hotel. All right? Cool. All right. Last but not least, we have Hotel. This is shipped with a little faceplate. It's sitting on here, just like the faceplates for our friend here. I've switched over to Manus Iteritas because it's one of my favorites, and I love that it's in the Alea package as well. The Alea ecosystem. One of the clever things about the Hotel traffic water system is you don't have to like plug it in to switch the firmwares. There's actually a series of jumpers on the back. So you just switch the jumpers to one of 4 configurations, and now you are in a different module, which is really, really cool. You can chain waters, by the way. I didn't mention that earlier, but you can. So that's pretty fun. All right. So Hotel is a source of loopable random gates with preset frequencies and adjustable levels and offsets. According to the maker, it's useful discovering new rhythms, adding accented modulation to your patches, or both simultaneously. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a clock into nights up at the top here, and play real quick. So I'm sending in a 16th note clock to there right now. Keep an eye on the O tool right here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to turn up room 3A, and you're going to start seeing some voltages coming through these gates right here. 3B will add another level, and now you can see we have like 2 sets of modulation coming out of there. So let me go ahead and plug that into something. How about a low pass filter? So I'll take this out. So there's sort of like this preset groove thing going on in there, and the clock is bringing it out. I currently have a 16th note clock going in here, but I could switch that up to anything. It's cool. Floor is cleverly a voltage floor. So I'm going to take another output from it and put it into bash. Yeah. That's cool as hell. So here it says disco, bar, or pool. Disco is going to have the most activity. Bar is going to be a bit chiller. And then pool is a bit different. Pool mode does not pay attention to the clock. The outputs are not synced to the state of the clock at nights, which is the clock input. Each output will be a random selection of the knob values of each row. In this case, Hotel will operate as a triple random switch of 3 different values. And then we have this Thomann thing down here. It says 2%. It will always output a trigger 2% of the time that there is a clock at nights. So you can use it as a cool little source of random stuff. Fuck me up, man. It's Jesus Christ. Okay, so here's some patch ideas. You can use it as a source of random gates. Utilizing a clock of the nights input, select either disco or bar, and adjust the knobs to your preference and enjoy an infinite source of random gates. Source of grooves. Similar to the previous patch, employ a reset signal at check-in and utilize casino function for generating new grooves. So I'm not really sure what casino is about, but let's go ahead and plug something in there just for fun. Sure, why not? So check-in is going to be a reset. It's all very cleverly named. Instead of using the outputs as gates, employ them as CV modulation. So that's what we've been doing, actually. They are technically gates. You know, there's stepped voltages here. but we've been using them as step modulation. We're using the second one as a gate source for, for Javelin over here, which is sending an envelope into the saw mod, and just, it's disgusting. And finally, by using a mult, you can trigger drums with hotel outputs, while simultaneously modulating them. So triggers require a minimum voltage to operate, however, and when this threshold is exceeded, there's additional voltage available for CV modulation. All right, everybody, that is water, hotel, and traffic, and a little taste of the Aliyah oscillators. These are from Jasmine and Olive Trees, and this is from Noise Engineering, and that's it. My name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording Modular. I do humbly request that you kiss your cat directly on the lips.